Welcome to Range World, the podcast where life, development, leadership, growth, intentionality, and experience come into balance right before your very ears. And now, here's your tour guide into Range World, the president of Get Life in Balance, Rain Kansman.
Okay, welcome back to Rain's World. And today I have Mr. Joe Shortal with me. And Joe wants to talk about the importance of passion in driving long-term performance, a topic that's near and dear to my heart. His current position, business development specialist to grow the Detroit area and build a team on the east side of the state. He has been director of sales for Frog Holler and Preferred Produce, growth and drive profitability, as well as building a culture between both entities. Van Eerden, he spent district sales manager for 9 years, Cisco Detroit for 12 years as a sales rep, a business development manager, and a business review manager. And prior to that, he spent 10 years with Kroger as a store director. This is Mr. Joe Shortal. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get right to it, because I know Joe's a get to it kind of guy. How do you define passion?
Well, I define passion as an internal need to be excited and educated and challenged. It's an internal energy that keeps me motivated and engaged and excited. It's basically an overall optimism that what I'm doing is important, and it's important to accomplish a goal and get it done through people. So it's a true belief that I can help someone else succeed.
Yeah, so it's driven from the inside, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you and I have a common friend that when I think about passion, I think about this gentleman often, and that's Jerry Hampton.
Love Jerry.
Yeah, just full of and for those of you that watch this series have seen him on a video before. So absolutely. So interesting when you're talking about passion and driving long-term performance. So how do you tie performance to passion, Joe?
Well, when you create a culture of passion, people trust in the overall the overall mission. And I do feel it's important that when you're driving passion, that it's in alignment with your personal belief system. So first of all, make sure it's something you truly believe in. And it lessens. Now, when you truly believe in something, I feel it's a way to convey that it's nothing to be feared. It allows other people to take the necessary steps to help accomplish the goal as well. So I believe it's something that's very important, and it's important to convey it to the team so they all feel safe in march in the same direction as leadership does.
Yeah. So passion is an interesting thing, right? It boils up from within, and when people see that, they know you're committed to it as much as they are. What are ways that you convey that to your team, Joe? What do you mean by that? Making sure that the team understands. How do you convey that to your team?
I think that first of all, you have to walk it and talk it. You have to make sure that you're in the trenches with them, and you're not asking them to do anything you're not willing to do yourself. I think that as a leader, you need to make sure that you carry yourself in such a way that you're believable, and you take care of your people, and it's about them, and through them these other things get accomplished as a common goal. Everyone looks out for one another and believes in the outcome, and we take care of each other, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Passion, I guess, as we demonstrate passion, right? And we look at passion from that standpoint, we have to look at how it shows up for other people. And I love the idea when you're talking about don't expect your team to do something you wouldn't be comfortable doing. And I know I've seen that in you. I've also seen it in somebody else who's a friend of ours, Dan Nagelkirk.
Absolutely.
He is very good about, hey, not go do this, you know, so I can stay. It's more like, hey, stay with me, right? Let me show you how to, and stay with me.
That servant leadership, I call it. You know, he's very, very good at looking out for other people, and in turn, you know, getting buy-in. You know, he's excellent leader.
Yeah. So Joe, I'm going to ask, we have one more official question. How does a new leader develop that type of passion? Tell me about how it came about for you. Why did, you know, it's just not something that we teach normally in school, right? Or those things. How did it come about for you? How would a new leader do that?
I think that you have to, it makes it easy when you believe in the process, or you believe in where you're working, or you have a belief and you can do some good, or, you know, in my correlation, taking care of my customers, or taking care of my people that I lead, or taking care of, you know, if I can get the buy-in internally and feel it's the right thing to do, it makes it a lot easier to run through a wall, and other people will run through a wall with you as well, which is fun.
Yeah. So you tied back earlier, and this was something that hit me, and then I forgot about it. But you talked about it has to tie into what you value. It has to tie into what's important to you. And I love doing that exercise with leaders, to have them really choose their values and then align themselves to those values and make decisions based off of that. Right. And when we do, it's easier to have passion for what we do, isn't it?
It is. I feel that is, you know, as we look out for our team, we need to make sure they're getting everything they need as well. They're getting their training, and they're getting, we're celebrating their wins, and you know, we understand that it's about them and not us, and it's about the overall and the common good. And, you know, and I kind of liken back to the old Piston days with the bad boys, and they policed themselves. You know, they didn't need Chuck Daly. You know, the guys on the team looked out for the common good. And I feel a great team, you have leaders that step up, and they'll help manage the overall, even when you're not there.
Right. Yeah. Max Dupree, one of my favorite authors, another Michigan guy, was CEO of Herman Miller, used the term roving leaders. And I like that, you know, people that aren't officially in that position, but they step up. They step up at times and share their expertise.
And I think that people want to, you know, you like to think that people want to get better and learn more. And I think sometimes as leaders, we dictate and we spoon feed. And I think letting your people think and, you know, and grow and learn and be excited, and, you know, and we, you know, make sure that they're doing something they feel good about, and, you know, coach them up, and, you know, coach them in, you know, and help them get better. And it's not always a warm, fuzzy conversation. Sometimes it's, hey, this is going in the wrong direction. But I think as long as you do it and you don't make it personal, people can keep the passion, and you can really accomplish some things.
Yeah. No, you spoke very well with that. I think also because of what you talked about earlier, you're coming from a place of, I care for you.
Right.
And when you come as a leader from a place, I care for you, they can take that kind of news. They can take this straight up, hey, here's the feedback you need to hear, right? And we do get into those situations as leaders. Fun stuff. This, again, I think is an important point. I grew up in some of the kitchens around the area where you live. And that's how I cut my teeth. I went to Schoolcraft and graduated from the culinary program there, and then cut my teeth in some of the restaurants in the Detroit area. And a lot of the chefs back then, it was my way or the highway. And that was the, that was the expectation. And I know I've used this before on some of these interviews, but I'd comply, but I was not going to run through walls for those folks. But I did have a few, and there was chefs like John Vanderwolf and others that I went to work for, and they respected you, they cared for you, they were there for you. And those folks, yeah, I was 100% commit. So I'm looking at passion equals commitment, which creates that performance you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything else you want to add to it? I'm out of questions, but this is a beautiful topic.
I had mentioned about making sure the goals coincide with belief system. I made some notes just of some things I truly believe are important.
Love to hear them.
As a new leader develops passion.
Okay.
Create a team that believes in an overall purpose. Allow people to live in the moment. Solicit ideas from the group and incorporate them. Yeah. Have fun chasing the future. It took me a long time to learn to enjoy the journey. I think it's supposed to be enjoyed, not just when you get to the end result, but to celebrate the smaller wins. Continuously learn and give opportunities for other people to learn. Know what drives your team. Yeah, it's that's important. That's as important as anything. Be engaged daily and understand your team and what's going on in their world. I mentioned earlier, practice servant leadership. I think that's a long-term strategy. We're playing the long game. Be obsessed with the end result. Coach your people, get better, build synergy, move people. Movement creates more movement. Yeah. So, these are all things that, I truly believe in. And I feel, being a leader doesn't always mean you're in charge. Right. You can be a leader. You can lead. I read a book, Leading from the Second Chair. I mean, you can be a leader in any capacity. And I think, you don't have to get caught up in a title. You have to get caught up in a goal and a mission. And so I think incorporating everybody's strengths, you can build a better team and accomplish a lot more through everybody being passionate, not just half the group or just yourself. So I think it's important that everybody's rowing in the same direction.
Yeah. You're speaking my language, but anybody can excel to a position, get appointed to a leadership position. But to be an effective leader, my belief is you've got to earn your followers. And you just gave us a list of things to do to build that passion, to earn our followers. I love that.
Yeah. It is something I truly believe in. I think people will follow passion, providing it's not phony. It's not contrived. It's a belief. I care about you. I want you to win, and we have a goal to accomplish, and that can be there can be goods and bads that go along with that. We still, things still got to get accomplished, and we can't always hug it out at the end of the day. Sometimes we have to make sure that things get done, and it's not always pleasant, but at the end result is a lot of fun, and that's why we do what we do. The winning part is the best part of what anybody does. The winning is what feels good.
Yeah, I can see that. Just when you said that, I could see that twinkle. Yeah. I love it, Joe.
Yeah.
So thank you for this, my friend. I appreciate you being on this interview show, and wow, some really good stuff.
I appreciate the opportunity, Rain. It means a lot. And you were always very good to me. Back many moons ago when we would work together, do training, and I've always appreciated you and your style, and I love what you're doing here. So thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely, buddy. You have a great day. This has been another leadership lesson from Rain's World. If this kind of learning whet your appetite, leaving you wanting for another helping of this kind of content, visit me at getlifeinbalance.com.